Fenway in a quarter-mile on a quarter-mile racetrack in a stadium. I've raced right outside the streets of L.A. here in a Southwest Tour car back in 1999, but never at this level. What an event. Just super excited to be a part of it. Just got to thank Busch Light and NASCAR for everything they've done. This is pretty spectacular.
You've come a long way since practice yesterday. Your car is pretty good. What's the plan for today? 150 laps.
Our Busch Light Ford Mustang is really fast after lap 15, which was not very good for qualifying and not very good for the heat races or a last chance race. But once this baby gets rolling, it keeps turning good and has good drive. So hopefully we drive her straight to the front.
All right, buddy, good luck. And I'm looking forward to, if you were in Victory Lane, let's find one of them Busch Lights. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Let's check in with Regan Smith.
Well, Mike, we just watched Bubba Wallace race his way in through the last chance qualifier race, and we saw how rough that race. Good news for him is he had an opportunity to run those 50 laps, understand what his race car was doing. Crew Chief Booty Barker said they made significant changes to that race car. The bare-knuckle approach to winning this race, he knows how to do that, and he can do it from the 20th position. Jamie?
And his team owner, Denny Hamlin's had a lot on the line today. He had to race himself into the field through the last chance qualifier, and then he had the stress of worrying about his driver, Bubba Wallace, qualifying. He told me he took a collective deep breath. They made a bunch of changes to the car. He must be aggressive early. He told me to get from the back to the front and then try to find some patience, Larry Mack.
Yeah, Jamie, if you think the drivers are out of that element on a quarter-mile racetrack, how about the teams and the crew chiefs? I'm up here in the bleachers, in the peristyle. They're sitting up here in the bleachers, and it's one of those races where they've made their adjustments, but now, Mike, the driver, he's got what he's got.
Thanks, Larry. Well, let's have a look at tonight's Busch Light starting grid for the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. Heat winners have the first 4 spots. That includes Kyle Busch in a Toyota, Tyler Reddick in a Chevrolet.
Row 2, the 31 car newcomer, rookie to the Cup Series this year, Justin Haley, and Cup Series champion, Joey Logano.
Row 3, 99, Daniel Suarez. He's been fast all weekend long, and then Chase Briscoe. Oh, shifty, been banging gears. Let's see how he does.
Now, these 2 rows are the Heat runners up. Suarez, Briscoe, along with William Byron and Kyle Larson in a pair of Rick Hendrick Camaros.
A couple of buddies of mine in row 5, the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the famous 3 of Austin Dillon.
Row 6, you got Christopher Bell in the 20 car and Michael McDowell, last year's Daytona 500 winner.
Row number 7, Ryan Blaney for Roger Penske and Cole Custer in one of Smoke's cars.
Row number 8, we've got the defending series champion, the number 9, Chase Elliott, along with the 43 of Mr. Eric Jones.
And then row number 9, Denny Hamlin. Been pretty quiet this weekend, but always a threat to win and anytime he's on the racetrack. And then number 15, Ryan Preece, short track ace from the East.
Row 10, there's Kevin Harvick, we spoke to a moment ago, along with Bubba Wallace, who had a tough LCQ to transfer in.
Row 11, the Dinger, A.J. Allmendinger, and newcomer and rookie in the series, Harrison Burton.
And there's only one. It was a provisional, and that man is Martin Truex Jr. Hey, can he get to the front? Time will tell.
And we remind you, Ty Dillon took the checkered flag first in his last chance qualifier, but NASCAR penalized him to the rear for jumping the final restart. 23 drivers, 150 green flag laps. Now, at lap 75, we'll take a mid-race break. You'll hear Ice Cube perform. And then we'll run the final 75 laps for a total purse of nearly $2 million.
Ooh, $2 million, Tony. What would you do?
Pay the bills for all the tore up stuff I could have by the end of this race.
All right, we're listening on Kyle Busch and company.
We know it's not a point race here, but any race that we're going to be in, we want to win it. Show these guys what we got, and show them that we're going to be contenders all year long. Let's show them what we got. Let's have some fun here.
Coming to green to start the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. And we are green. Reddick with a good drive off on the outside. No advantage there. Kyle Busch roughs him up just a little bit. They stack up at the back of the pack as Reddick tries to get the lead. Nothing there. Kyle Busch the leader. Reddick drops in. Then Haley, Logano, and Suarez. Spire into the inside on the 14. That battle for 6th place.
Starting to see right here Chase Briscoe on the outside. You need to get down. Everybody's single filing up. If he gets there, you could go to the back.
Kyle Busch pushed up in turn 1, and Tyler Reddick got inside. Let's see if he can maximize that inside lane.
Kyle Busch isn't a guy that's just going to give it away, but early in this thing, 150 laps on this short track. Got to be patient early in this race.
Single file back through 8th. Then Michael McDowell battling Austin Dillon and Cole Custer.
We're seeing what we saw earlier in the day. Early in these runs and early in the races, these guys are 3/4 of the car is below the white line, if not all 4 tires below the white line. They're really reluctant to leave the door open on the inside.
We're only 7 laps in, and already I look up and I'm like, hey, a guy like Martin Truex Jr., Harrison Burton, some of the Bubba Wallace back here at the back, it's not going to be long, and those leaders are going to be coming.
Hendrick teammates side by side. Larson takes the spot from Byron as Corning, California's Tyler Reddick for Richard Childress Racing has his Camaro out in front of the Camry of Kyle Busch. Busch under pressure. The 31, Haley looking to the inside where he has room, but not quite the speed to get alongside Kyle Busch. It's our Leaf Home Solutions on board. Looking ahead at the 2nd place car of Kyle Busch.
I see him holding on, Tony, the 18 of Kyle Busch, that is. I think he's got low air pressure setting up for a long run in 75 laps right here. Kind of protecting right now, but I think that car will take off on the latter part of this run.
13:65, 13:64. These are quick laps as we've seen all day.
And it doesn't take long. I mean, like you said, we're getting to the back of the field already. And so we're starting to see in the very back of the pack here, we're starting to see some desperation from these guys because they realize if they get a lap down early in this, you're not going to have a chance to make it back up. So they're going to have to sort this out. They're trying to pick off anybody they can pick off and try to put as many guys in between themselves and the leaders as possible.
And on the flip side of that, Tony, walk me through what Tyler Reddick is thinking right here. Obviously got a pretty good pad in the lead, but he's starting to catch that last car on the lead lap. How is he going to navigate around these guys to keep that separation between him and 2nd place?
Well, the first thing, with the gap that he has to Kyle Busch, it's not enough for me to feel comfortable.